All right, so today's topic is Valentine's Day, like we said, and we're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about. So the first thing that I asked on my Facebook was, is Valentine's Day overrated? I asked, for people that always have a Valentine's, people that haven't, do you think Valentine's really to the people that have? Because right. People we don't want to hear what y'all think. Well, I think because I'm there too. But anyway, if you had a Valentine's consecutively for any amount of time, girls, women, men, everybody, do y'all think it's overrated? And one girl said the first person said, I think it's overrated, but that could be why I'm single. So you can say I've never had a real Valentine's, so I have no stories. He also said, I should have said it this way. It's overrated because I like to get gifts and things whenever, not just that day. And the girl said she agreed with him and that I've exchanged gifts but never done anything significant on that day. Valentine's Day doesn't make me feel any more or any less love. So in my opinion, it's overrated. Thoughts?
I don't think it's overrated. I think it's pressed. Like, It's like a pressure thing, and it always turns into the holiday that people, was it holiday?
Yes, it's a holiday.
The holiday that people dread to come, because it has become such a big deal, quote unquote, where it's like, oh my God, I need a Valentine, when really it's like, who cares if you don't have one? Who wrote the book and said you gotta have Valentine's Day?
Well, I think what makes you feel like you have to have one is, the commercializing of it, around when you go into a store. And then, of course, today, what makes everything bad? Social media. So you're just like, not me, but, people are just feeling pressure. And we got a comment from Miss K. Fife who said she always has a Valentine, whether it's a homegirl or I'm dating someone. It's a designated day to celebrate love, so show love however. That's why I gave out cupcakes. Giving is how I show love.
And that's a pointer that my sister had said on her Snap. She was saying, at the end of the day, Valentine's Day doesn't necessarily have to be for you and a mate. Like, if y'all want to make it a day of love, then okay, cool. I'm going to pick my sister. I'm going to pick my mom. I'm going to get my dad something. Or my best friend, I'll get her something. Like, Pierre's doing something tomorrow for Valentine's Day. So it's like, it's not necessarily we out dating, but we are literally spending around people that we love. And I think that's the misconception. People think that you have to be with a man or a woman, when really it's like, we can have girls' night on Valentine's night, because that's people that I love. And if it's about love, do what you love.
Even though I am having girls' night, I think only single people say that stuff.
Yeah, because if I'm not single.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I just really, because it's kind of along the lines, like, I had one of my points I wanted to make was about people saying, like, treat yourself for Valentine's Day and da-da-da-da. Like, I think that's bullcrap, because it's like, you're only treating yourself on Valentine's Day because other people are being treated. Because if you love yourself and you get a pedicure every Saturday, whatever, why do you have to get one on Valentine's Day? Because people have, so it's kind of like you're saying it's not about that, but you're making it about that when you put yourself and say, I can do it for myself. So it's just kind of like, and me personally, I would prefer, I don't want to sound like a loser, but to stay inside. Like, I don't want to go places and sit with.
And it's a hassle.
It's crowded everywhere. I don't want to go somewhere.
It's like we can really Netflix and chill for real.
Yeah, that are all these. I'm talking about if I'm single though. I'm saying if I'm by myself, I don't want to go take myself to dinner for what?
It's a waste. In your face.
Yeah, and then it's just all no, because then we all know what you're doing. Herlonda said, I think it just depends on how people look at Valentine's Day. If you're pressed about having a Valentine, it's not overrated to you. If not pressed, it's overrated.
I get it.
Okay. L. Dunlap said, no, only people with someone say that. Okay. Yeah, but they say that to the people that don't have anything. Say, oh, it's not all about that, whatever. But the person that is, quote unquote, always single may say that too, though. It's not about, I don't care if I don't got, it could go either way.
I think it's more commercial. It is. And that's what it is. And it's just like, at the end of the day, I feel like if you do have someone, then cool, we can do something. But if you don't, it's like, don't make a big deal on the whole, I take me out, I be my Valentine, because it's just like, girl, why?
Yeah, because that's like what I
why even address it? Like, it's nothing for real. It is what it is. Like, it's another day, and it's 24 hours, guys. Find something to occupy your time if you think it's going to be that serious and you're not going to be able to handle it.
And Davian is here, guys.
Hello, Davian, the number one fan of Fair Game Friday.
What was I gonna say? So the next question would be.
Hold on, before you go.
Okay.
All holidays are commercial. We give meanings and stuff. Yes.
So about not so people. Some people are comfortable being by themselves on Valentine's Day, where they're treating themselves and just staying in. They just cool. What about people that are quote unquote having Valentine's Day with people that they're not in a relationship with? Like we're too old to be having a Valentine's. Will you be my Valentine? Like, if I'm not with you, it's like, that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just trying to go on a date.
I'm confused.
Okay, so I'm saying personally that if I don't have a boyfriend, I don't have a Valentine.
Okay.
But some people, like when you're younger.
And you ask, can you be my
Yeah,
Valentine?
you're just trying to go out with somebody on Valentine's Day.
So, are you asking, do people still ask to be
I'm saying, what do you
Valentine?
think about that? How do you feel? Would you want to be somebody's Valentine, or would you say yes?
Oh, I would. I think that as young as that is, I think if you had like a crush or an admirer or something, and they were cool, and they did ask, hey, you want to be my Valentine? Because it's really just a time to go on a date, and it's just specifically on that date, and he or she may be feeling the need to show you that they really care.
Tell us what y'all think, by the way.
So it's like, well, hey, why not? Let's go on a date.
I thought you were gonna say that if y'all were talking, but y'all may not be like exclusive or something. But I wouldn't want to go with a crush on Valentine's Day. Somebody that likes me.
Right.
No.
But you wouldn't go on a.
No, I would be more open.
If you go on a date, period, though, it has to be some relation to anything. So maybe not a crush per se, but somebody want to take you out because it's Valentine's Day, and you are their quote unquote Valentine.
America said it's nothing like back in high school.
So much for asking her.
Okay.
Lana doesn't think it matters. Yeah.
Ladari said, I'm not asking at this age. It should be known already. That's what I mean, though.
Oh, you saying so if you talking to somebody, it ain't nothing that we got to talk about?
Kind of, sort of, yes.
Okay.
Like
now, I get that.
Okay.
If I'm talking to somebody and we not necessarily exclusive yet, and the day come around, it's like, of course you're gonna treat me.
Okay, so Herlanda said it doesn't mean y'all are locked down. He might just use that to get you out. So
Indeed.
On the real, they had a question about do you think it's too much or is it weird to go on a first date on Valentine's Day? And so some of the women were like, yeah, no, I would do it, whatever. And so Jeannie said that she's very serious about Valentine's Day. She was like, no, I would not go with somebody that is then you're with all the people and they're kissing around you and you just like, whatever. So she was really crazy. No, she'll be whining. She was really crazy. Then Adrienne said, you are thinking too much into it. She was like, no. She was like, because if it worked out, you can say, oh my God, we had our first date on Valentine's Day. And Tamar actually went with somebody on Valentine's Day. She said it was great. She was like, it was really an icebreaker. She said he was a nice guy. She was like, he wasn't the one for her. She was like, he was a great guy. She was like, and she was like, Valentine's Day is kind of magical. She was like, so, you with somebody. She's like, we poke fun at people like, oh, they need to be in a hotel room, like whatever. It kind of like lightened the mood. And she was saying, she's not against it. I don't know if that's something I would do. And I really can't imagine a guy asking somebody to go out really on Valentine's Day.
And I think if you are asking, you already know this person too, though. Like, I'm not saying.
Well, I'm not talking about that. Well, not random like that, but that's y'all first date, though.
Okay.
So maybe y'all been texting, like maybe y'all met January 30th. So 2 weeks later, he's like, hey, I'm coming there.
It's like, no, we can go Monday.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it.
You're your illegitimate Valentine.
Hello, Yobi-Wan Kenobi. How are you doing?
America said new age excuses to get sneakers ain't that bad. Christmas number 2.
That's true. People. That's why you was at the boy. People in these relationships are like, that is Christmas number 2.
Yeah.
Basically, because you get gifts. You get cool gifts.
So, speaking of gifts, I asked on Facebook what would be the lady's perfect Valentine's Day. I only got one lone commenter. And she has kids, and she said she wants a sitter, a home-cooked meal, and I think she said peace and quiet or something. What did she say? A sitter, a nice relaxing bath with some scented candles, and a home-cooked meal. Spicy seafood pasta, please.
So boom.
Yeah.
And see, and that's when it comes down to the gifts. when it comes down to gifts for Valentine's Day, I think it shouldn't be like Christmas gifts. Right. Like, I don't think it should be shoes and clothes and
Yeah.
I think it should be significant, thoughtful, loving gifts.
Yeah.
Because it should be something that you put thought in. Like, get me a dang engraved necklace or something. Like, something with more meaning. Matter of fact, give me a bomb card and write me a dope message on the inside. Something from the heart and take me out to eat. Like, it's as simple as it is. People make it so complex.
Yeah, and that's what they were talking. Well, most of women on the Real are married, and they were talking about. Tamar was like, she want to go to Shay Shay, Dairy Queen. Because that's where she had her birthday party when she was pregnant. She couldn't drink. They cleaned out Dairy Queen. She was like, what you do, and that's what Tank was on the episode. And Tank said, you need to. He's like, fellas, listen to her. He was like, if you hear her say, oh my God, my girlfriend went to New York and they went this, I would love to do that.
They want to do it.
He was like, listen, a woman will tell you. He was like, that's what makes her, even if it's a little thing, it's like, oh my God, he listened to me.
Because that's what it's about. And that's a perfect day to show it. Like, if she just talking about something small all the time, like a guy on Facebook, I seen a post. It wasn't for Valentine's Day, but his wife had been talking about how she wanted to start doing her own hair. She needed to start getting, like, all the products because she was tired of wasting money on getting her hair done when she knew she was capable. So she fell asleep one night, and he had all the, like, blow dryer, flat iron.
I would cry somebody brought me hair products.
He had blow dryer, flat iron, conditioner, shampoo, everything. Like, he had everything, just everything she said she needed. He made sure he listened to her, and he went and got everything. Like, that's a bomb Valentine's Day.
Somebody brought me a flat iron.
That's like somebody buying you, like, that's a necessity.
Ladarius said Tank got that from him. As a guy, you have to listen all year long to get it right. Herlanda said she just wants a 5-foot teddy bear. I used to want a huge teddy bear, and I did get one.
And Herlanda, the way your love life set up, you just might get that teddy bear.
The way her love life set up.
Shut up. Wait,
let's shout out Herlanda.
We have to shout out Herlanda and her new boyfriend.
Well,
is he new?
Yeah, the sequel.
The sequel. Shout out to Love. And I had a shout out request last week that I forgot to do. My sister's boyfriend had sent me a text message and told me to shout out to the world that he loves Janae, which is my sister, and he wanted me to randomly say that, as random as that text message is. And shout out to anybody else who's listening who is in a relationship and you guys are doing well, and even if you're not, we're going to pray for you. Hope you get together. But yeah, shout out to Black Love.
And Drew G said real women throw hints every day on things they want.
Yeah.
And to be honest, throw hints.
Yeah,
throw hints sound like
we be trying it. It's
like,
really just conversation.
But when you talk to somebody and they tell you they guilty pleasure, or something, candy, whatever it is, that's not a hint if we talking about guilty pleasures or my favorite candy. So it's just like, pay attention, fool. I think my perfect Valentine's, I want to stay home.
I say the same because I just feel like it's
cold.
First of all, it's freezing this weekend.
Cold.
Second of all, it's just a hassle. Everybody's out at all the restaurants, even Del Frisco's, all that. Like, because at the end of the day, it's ranked in money, but everybody is with somebody, So it's like you're not beating a crowd. You're not doing anything different from nobody else.
Okay, so the next question that I have is, so we talked about your perfect Valentine's Day. So what if your man doesn't, I don't say he can forget or he just doesn't care about Valentine's Day. And I really feel like forgetting about Valentine's Day is just something I see on TV, except my daddy never did nothing for my mama for Valentine's Day. And it was so funny because today when he was like, can I get on the show today? I was like, oh, daddy, you don't want to talk about this. He was like, what? I was like, Valentine's Day. He was like, I shut it down. And I said, I'm sure mommy would have something else to say. So we joked about how my daddy came on the show. My mom would have to come on next week and rebuttal, basically. So my daddy didn't never do nothing. And my mama felt some type of way, and I feel like even though she has, she up there, she was a wife and she had 4 kids, staying home, you need to do something. But like on our level, how would we feel if our guy didn't do nothing for us?
First off, I think it depends. Okay, first of all, I think it depends if he really is just a person that's not into stuff like that. I can understand it, but it also has to be a level of you understanding me too. Like, and we don't even have to do a lot, but in cases like that, I feel like a car at the least. You know what I'm saying? It's like, at least do something just because you know that your mate may be the one that cares about the day. Because if you don't care about it and you know he or she cares about it and you deliberately do nothing for it, it's just kind of like, you don't love me for real. Because you don't care about my feelings, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, so if the person doesn't care and you really don't care, then it'll work out if nobody really
Right, if nobody cares, then y'all good.
And we know America is worse with these old men, y'all. He's talked about them before. And the older guys at work laugh at the thought of Valentine's Day. And Miss K. Fife said, if it doesn't matter to one and not the other, celebrate because it matters to one of you. That's true.
Indeed. The first Valentine I spent with my boyfriend, we went